Hello everyone, Seraphin here, welcome back for more Fire Emblem Sacred Stones. When I last left you guys, we did a quick little detour and did a skirmish map for a little extra XP, and so I could show you guys how that mechanic works. Today we're moving on back to the main story. Today we're taking on Chapter 16. It is called Ruled by Madness, and it takes place here in Renee Castle. The place we have not been back to since the very beginning of this game. Apparently our heroes are very saddened to see it, and there is that traitor jackwagon from several chapters ago. Apparently he's decided to take up residence in his former home. That seems a little interesting, I guess. You'd think that would be just consuming his fact that he's like, hey, this place is destroyed because of me now. Well, not entirely because of him, I guess, but he had a lot to do with it. Ruled by madness, and we're going to find out just what kind of madness, and momentarily, maybe. I mean... Well, that might have something to do with it. If he takes no meals, how is he alive? Alright. Hey, it's Myrrh. And here is the traitor himself. Oh boy. Yep, me too, man. Me too. I feel that. Yep, there you go. Some fabulous wealth, huh? Yeah, that's pretty fair to say. Okay, so he's completely cracked. Hey, and there's Leon. Yeah, that's pretty gross. Anyway. Okay, he gets more creepy by the second, as if I thought that was even possible. At any rate. So we're dealing with Orson. He has, like, some kind of zombie puppet of his dead wife, which is just horrifying to even think about. At any rate, we're going to put him down. So we're going to bring in the usual party here. We're going to need Rennick, definitely. Problem is, I'm limited in who I can bring right now, and it's really irritating. So we're going to leave the people who are already promoted behind for the time being. Oh, I do have the option to deploy Myrrh now. She's officially joined. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? So Myrrh is not the first playable Manakete by a long shot, but she's the first one we saw in America. So Manaketes are effectively really powerful dragons disguised as little girls. I don't know why that is. But that being said, Myrrh has the appearance of a tiny child. She's actually over 1,000 years old. Same deal with, like, Tiki from the original Fire Emblem, or Bantu. Oh, I guess Bantu looks like an old man. Noe from Awakening is the same deal. You know, you get the picture. So, Myr is an uber awesome dragon. She's level 1, and her HP is pathetic. However, you'll notice that as a result of her equipping her Dragon Stone, she has all these massive stat boosts. So she has 17 defense, 27 resistance, 15 strength, 13 skill, only 5 speed, and only 3 luck. That being said, Myr's growth rates are ridiculous. Her HP growth is actually over 100%. It's like 130%. So not only will she get a guaranteed HP point every level up, she might even get 2. And her defense is like 150%. So she will cap defense. There's no way around it. She absolutely will cap defense. Which is only capped at 20, but she gets another 15 from her stone, so it's effectively 35. The only problem with Myr is she's only useful while she has this Dragon Stone. And you'll notice it has 50 uses. Once those 50 uses run out, she's useless. You can't use her anymore. She can't fight without it. She doesn't get those massive stat boosts without it. So as soon as she runs out of Dragonstone, it's no more Myr. There is a glitch that can be performed in this game to give her a different stone that has infinite uses, but it's not part of the game itself, and I don't consider it necessarily a legitimate way to obtain more use out of her. That being said, her Dragonstone is incredibly powerful. You'll see she has 31 attack, and it's also effective against monsters. So she literally just burninates everything that's not human, basically. That being said, as fun as she is to use, I'm not going to be deploying her for the time being. She might come in handy later, but we don't need her right now. So we're going to leave behind our 3 guys that are already promoted, that being Gilliam, Cormag, and Ross, although Gilliam would be fantastic for this level right now, if I'm being totally honest. But we simply need Rennick for his lockpicking abilities. I want to level up I want to have 2 healers for this because it's just too valuable not to. You know, if I'm being totally honest, we can probably level up Mulder later, but he needs to get caught up. He's just behind the ball right now, so... And we've got a bunch of other people that are really close to leveling, and I want to see if we can get as many taken care of as we can right now. So take a look at the map real quick. We start in a really awkward position right in front of this gate here. And it is possible to wrap all the way around the outside over here and go this way. But I don't recommend it. It's just silly. We have promoted enemy units, which is nice because that means extra experience for us. We've got sages with bolting tomes, which are fun, or purge tomes as the case may be. Some of them have stuff to steal, that's always fun. Orson himself is not absurdly difficult. His stats are meh. I mean, they're pretty good, but he's about as tough as like Kalik was. In fact, he's even worse than Kalik, so he won't be that much of a problem. He is sitting on a throne. That's going to limit our ability to crush him innately, but that's fine. Let's see what else we got here. We got plenty of treasure along the side here. We're going to have Rennick go crazy over there. At least that's the idea. We got lots of promoted warriors over here. Another chest right there. Ooh, promoted druid. What does he have? Just a lunatum. Alright. As long as there's no nasty staves to worry about, because staves are a big pain in my butt. That being said, I didn't notice anybody having anything stealable. I did notice that I can actually buy chest keys from one of the shops, so... If it comes down to a later chapter that's only got like 1 chest or 2 maybe, I might just not bring Rennick and just have an extra space. Yeah, something stealable, that's good. Well, besides that red gem, I guess, on this sage, but we'll worry about that when we get there. There will be reinforcements. They'll come in the form of cavaliers spawning from over here and just following behind us. But we don't exactly have to worry about that right this minute. And since Eirika's our main lord, not Ephraim, we can reposition him, which is neat. Garrick is very close to leveling, so I want him near the front. Rennick we won't need to worry about quite so much. I actually have a warp staff that I might use to teleport him toward the treasure and get to it quicker. And this knight has a door key. Doesn't one of them have a chest key as well? One of the warriors probably does. No? Who had that chest key? Somebody did. One of these guys? No, it was that... Oh, it was that druid. That's what it is. Okay. Alright, so we only need Rennick to go straight up this way. You don't need to worry about him going to that other standalone chest. Alright, I think we're just about ready, so why don't we get rolling here? Now that we're already 10 minutes in. This is not a particularly difficult chapter. It's actually a really good middle ground, because after this is where the difficulty starts to jump up a little bit. But we are going to position Ephraim in such a way as to eliminate these silly mercenaries who dare stand against him. Start off by hucking a javelin at one of them. And then we can get Eirika moved alongside, or I guess behind her brother here. And we will have Garrick in the way as well, because he's so close to leveling we can taste it. Give him his steel sword to use. I'll put Joshua here. So I probably could be sending one person over that way as like this little splinter exploratory force, but I don't want to, so I'm not. And quite honestly, there's not really much reason behind it anyway. The enemy will just be following us back this direction, so there's no point in trying to splinter off and go places we don't need to go. Let's go ahead and use up our barrier staves as much as we can before we start actually healing people. That goes for you too, miss. Definitely gonna barrier up Mulder, because apparently he needs it. I didn't realize just how bad his resistance is. It's a little strange for a future bishop to have such pathetic resistance, but what do I know? And unfortunately, with the narrow hallways in this level, there's a lot of bottlenecking, so progress is going to be a little bit slow going at first. It's going to pick up once we get toward the middle, but until then we have a lot to contend with. Ephraim will dispatch this guy without any issue. That'll be a level up for him. That puts him to 17. Strength, skill, luck, I like it. He's still plenty fast enough, but I would like him to cap that before he promotes. If at all possible, and it might not be. That's entirely out of my control, but... Alright, so why don't we have... Let's have Garrett kill someone. He might level up off of it, so... We'll just go to town on this guy. He's in my way. Nope, not quite. Might need another one at least. But Eirika can easily handle these fellows. I'll have her use the rapier. That'll give her the punching power she needs. We got plenty of uses on it, so I'm not concerned. And as for who will follow up, we will go with Joshua. Yep, again, this is where that bottleneck occurs, so we're kind of just stuck. For lack of a better term, we're just kind of stuck. So, yeah, it's going to be a little slow going for a little bit. We'll get through it, promise. I'm just going to keep barriering people and getting some free XP. Because who doesn't like free experience points? The answer is nobody. And if they don't, they're lying. If they say they don't, they're lying. That's an important distinction to make. Okay. Yeah, I'm hoping we can get at least... Maybe I'm going to shoot for 3 or 4 promotions. Wow, look at that. 10 defense. She has as much defense as she has skill. That's crazy pants. Yeah, she's just all over the dang place. Anyway, let's move Tana up here. Nami behind. Rennick this way. And finally Franz right here. You can see we just have all of our guys in a nice, neatly packed row here. Couldn't think of a word. Thankfully, now that I'm a little more confident in Eirika's ability to kill things. I know 1 point of strength doesn't make that big of a difference, and normally it doesn't, but considering she's so close to leveling, I want to get as much experience on her as I can. Really? That's annoying. That's exceedingly annoying, really, is what it is. That's going to make her vulnerable for these mages, too, unfortunately. Well, just the one, I guess. I don't remember if I barriered her up or not. I don't think I did. That's just a fire tome anyway, it's not threatening. Alright, so we'll bring in Mulder to heal her real quick. He has a lot of my utility staves. I guess he's got Warp and La Rochelle has Restore. That's 14 for Mulder, and... oh boy. And we'll dispatch with this fellow. Probably could use a Silver Sword to one-shot him, but I'm not that desperate to get a kill right now, I guess, is the word I'm looking for. That'll put her to level 18. Skill, speed, luck. It's about all you can expect from her at this point, unfortunately. And we'll have Garrick slap another one of these guys around, I guess. How far does that get him? 92. Oh, jeez. Alright, one more kill and he'll level up. And then we will have Garrick the hero. He's already a hero to me, but then he will officially have the title. Move Tana up in this way, and then it's time to barrier people again. Unless anyone needs healing. We'll just heal Ephraim real quick. You don't need to spend every turn barriering. Not that there's anything wrong with that. That'll be a level up for Tethys. That puts her at, what, 9? That's pretty good. Again, skill that she doesn't need. Defense resistance, I like it. And we'll just barrier up La Rochelle for no reason. She certainly doesn't need it. 24 resistance is overkill at this point. I don't think even those sages can touch her with that, but it is what it is. Alright, so that's through the initial vanguard here, and then we just gotta deal with these chumps. These guys have pretty darn good defense, but not enough to dissuade Ephraim here from destroying them. I'll just move Joshua up and loot. And Garrick could do with a refresh on his barrier staff, I suppose. Now we'll give it to Joshua. He only got 2 resistance. That's really bad, actually. Move Eirika up, and she'll get a barrier as well. Everybody gets barrier today. I think these healers have nothing better to do at the moment, and honestly they don't, but I'll move Naomi over here, and she can get barriered too. Makes it sound weird when you say it like that. She gets a barrier. Alright, we'll move Franz here and Tana right behind. Yeah, hopefully we can start breaking up this bottleneck in a little bit here once we get past those knights. Oh, they don't move. Isn't that just fantastic? Well, in that case, let us punch a hole. I might let Garrick have the other one so we can... Well, he can't reach him. That's okay. We'll let... Oh, jeez, I should have let Lute do it. Actually, Eirika can. With her rapier. Which is actually effective against these guys, unlike with FE7 when it wasn't anywhere near as good. So we're just kind of letting the twins lead the charge into reclaiming their own homeland. I guess it makes sense that you would do that, I suppose. And we're just going to keep barriering up. In fact, his is about to break, isn't it? That's right, we can grab another one from the convoy. I believe I have at least one in spare. I have to grab some more after this. Yep, that's his last barrier. So we'll use that on Lute, just because. Barrier broke. Well, that's just sad. We'll move La Rochelle up to barrier Naomi because we can. A one whole barrier stack gets you 3 levels out of your healer, which is nice because that's a lot of levels for a healer to get in one round, or one chapter rather. I mean, you can use more than 1 per chapter, feasibly speaking, too, but you don't really need to. Alright, who do we want to deal with all of these mages? That is a tough call. Why don't we let Lute go to town on them? Since she's barriered up, and I guess the Luna ones will still get through her, but I think she'll be okay. And we're actually going to throw on... we don't want to throw on Thunder just yet, I don't think. That's going to slow her down by... I'll bring her to 12 speed. That's actually still plenty to double all these guys. Well, in that case, guess who gets to use the Thunder Tome? So we'll put Lute in here. We'll put her on that pillar, and she can just decimate all those suckers. Including probably that... that druid. Wow, I completely blanked on what he was called. Alright, and then we'll just move our main force into the main atrium here, so to speak. Still hoping for a quick kill for Garrick so we can get him promoted. That is the goal at any rate. Yeah, this is not a particularly long chapter. In fact, I might not even need to break this one up. I might do it anyway, just for making sure I'm covering my bases here, but on second thought, I'm not sure I need to. I mean, like I said, there are going to be some reinforcements, but they're not going to be terribly difficult to deal with reinforcements. Let's see how loot does against all these suckers. That's not going to hit. Yeah, her being on that pillar is going to make a pretty big difference, too. It's only like 20 avoid, but when she's down by 3 speed because of that tome, it'll make a difference. She could have 6 more if she was only using the fire, or 4 more at any rate. Because even the basic fire tome slows her down by 1. Which is irritating, but that will be taken care of once we promote her. Yep, Flux Tome doesn't do a darn thing to her. She does have weapon triangle disadvantage, it's important to point out here. So, that one on the pillar, she had a hard time hitting. That shouldn't be an issue with the rest of them, however, since that one's occupying the pillar and only one can be there at a time. Now they're forced to go around it. And she'll just thunder. She probably could have been fine with just her basic fire tome, to be completely honest. But I wanted to make sure she could get through the weapon triangle disadvantage and punch through the resistance of these dark mages. Which, with 18 magic, I really should have expected her to be able to do that. You've given the Lunatome, which is not overly threatening. Yeah, if this was FE7 Luna, I'd be a lot more scared, but since it's not anywhere near as good, I am not perturbed or intimidated in the slightest. And that druid should give her a nice chunk of experience. Oh, here we go with the purge. That's gonna hurt. Ow. Okay, we might have to barrier up Franz out of necessity. Thankfully, I barriered up everybody else already. And we're going to have to send in somebody to take down... Oh, thankfully I have the Thunder equipped for the Druid, because I wouldn't have been able to with the Fire Tome, actually. But we'll switch back to the Fire for the rest of these clones. That's level 19 for loot, if I'm not mistaken. And she's going to cap magic, by all accounts, unless something horribly wrong happens. And there is... Whoa. Okay, there's a few more of those guys than I thought. They're all Great Knights. Wow. I guess not all of them. There's a few Cavaliers too, but wow, okay. That'll be some really good experience. We might get more guys promoted than I thought. I'm okay with that. Don't take my my shock for disappointment. So let's get Ross. I just said Ross. He's not Ross. This is Franz. We'll have, first of all, we'll have Mulder heal him, because that 20 damage purged is not very pleasant. We're going to need to take down that sage up there. And then we're going to have La Rochelle barrier him up so he doesn't get walloped quite as hard by that next one, assuming there is a next one. Now we get to go to town on these warriors. Everybody's favorite pastime. The problem is, Garrett doesn't need to kill one. And, geez, he can almost do it with just the freaking Iron Sword. That's nuts. Like I said, nice chunk of experience from these guys. Rapier, wow, Rapier kills a promoted warrior. They're not especially threatening promoted enemies. They're actually quite fragile by comparison, but they do give you a nice boatload of XP, and that's always fun. Let's move Franz up here. I don't know if I want him getting doubled by bolting and purge. That's gonna be, it's 24 and 22. That's 23 and 25 still. That's bad. Or 13 and 15, sorry. That's 28 HP. He can handle that, but he won't like it. And he actually can't kill this guy. I don't think there's any way to avoid getting a kill with Garrick, unfortunately. What does this guy have? Yeah, we might just need to let him do it. Yeah, it sucks, but what are you gonna do? I wanted to save that sweet, juicy promoted boss experience for somebody who didn't need it from just 10 experience, but 8 even, but again, nothing I can do about it. Look at that, not bad. Alright, so we'll get Franz moved up there, I guess. Oh, I can have Ephraim take out the Purge guy. In fact, he can't even retaliate, so that'll be even safer for Franz, really. Ephraim's gonna have a fun time with all those heroes. But I think he'll be okay. 18 speed, he's not gonna get doubled, certainly. We get a free Divine Tome that I don't need. Thankfully they all have... Oh, that one's got an axe. I would say they all have swords, but they don't. One of them has an axe. We did barrier up Ephraim, right? We did not. I think he'll be fine, though. We're going to move Franz up as far as he can go, and we'll bring him to contend with one of these warriors. Preferably this one. That he can't quite kill. Can he kill this one? No. He doesn't even double that one. That's annoying. Alright, I think he can handle this. Now that he's been barriered up, that bolting mage is not as threatening. I do want to get up there and steal that red gem before I inadvertently kill him, however, so... Hey, skill, speed, and luck for Franz. I will take it. Yeah, we'll get Rennick moved up. Not a lot for Naomi to do right now, or Tana for that matter. I don't want them getting wailed on, so we'll just put them over here and over here. That should do it. Oh, jeez. Ow! Okay, that could be bad. And that's the worst Ephraim has to worry about, is that axe guy, and he didn't even get hit, so yep, he's gonna be fine. Those silver sword chumps have nothing on him. That one goes for Rennick, strangely enough. Oh jeez, I hope he doesn't get boltinged. He should be able to dodge that by all accounts, I hope. Assuming he even gets targeted with it. I don't know for a fact that he will, but... Heroes are nasty. Regardless of the fact that they're not super powerful heroes, they're still nasty to deal with. Alright, who gets shot by the bolting? That's what I'm waiting to find out here. Gotta wait for these stupid cavaliers to run through. Oh, okay, that's Rennick. Oh, he won't die, even if he does get hit. That's good. Alright, he missed. That's fine. Alright, so now we got a few guys to clean up. Shouldn't be too difficult to do. Thankfully that guy missed Tethys, because that would have been bad too. Oh jeez, we got a stupid healing priest. Shouldn't be shocked, but... Alright, so we got a fair little bit of a mess here going on in the throne room, but that's alright. Nothing we can't necessarily deal with. This guy does not move, I don't believe, so... If I'm being honest, I might let that thief come break the chest open and then kill him and take the stuff. Unless it's money. If it's money in that chest, I don't get it, so I gotta be careful. But let's have Eirika dispatch this chump. She has just enough power to do it with a silver sword. It's nice that she can reliably kill people. Now. I don't know that she could before, but... Strength, speed, resistance. I will take it. I will happily take that. Alright, that being said, we are going to finish up the remainder of this chapter next time. I think this is going to be just long enough with all the reinforcements that are showing up to draw it out a little bit longer than I'd like. So we will finish the remainder of reclaiming Renee Castle next episode. So until that time, thank you all very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. This has been Seraphin. Stay classy, internets.